start?
Cheryl's husband that did a practical joke that started this.
Yes. My husband set up a makeshift tent in the garden for our little boy of 4. Didn't have a door. Leo wanted a door and he found an old placard that said Save Our Hospital on it. So he used it and thought, oh, that looks good. Took a picture, put it on Facebook. And he thought, well, he just thought it was quite funny really. And then people started ringing and asking where he was because they'd come up to the field to support him. And there was no tent. And I have to say, some of the councillors got a, because Chris and Anne, 2 borough councillors, came up and they said, we're going to kill him. Anne Edger's from up north and she went, where is he? And then, because they came up to give him support. Somebody had walked 6 miles with a tent to be with him. So unfortunately, there was nobody here that night. And then Anne Edger, the borough councillor who'd come up looking for Julian, on her driving home from the field, she phoned us and she said, and I'm going to say exactly how she said it, she went, I've been thinking, it's a cracking idea and we need to be on that field. So that's why we're here.
Do you want to just tell me about a couple of the real highlights?
I suppose the biggest highlight for us was the march.
Yes.
Initially we expected about 10,000 and on the day itself people came everywhere and we ended up with up to 50,000 people on that march.
It took 2.5 hours to walk from the town square to get everybody on this field because that's how many people was in that line. It was truly amazing. I don't think there's anywhere in the country that have achieved that.
It just shows the strength of feeling and what is frustrating, 50,000 are not being listened to.
You had a children's march?
We did in the autumn because we realised that they were concentrating and our children's and maternity services were going to be affected.
And it was children. It was their march. It was for children to march for their services.
Some people have really made themselves at home with gardens, lanterns, windmills, and we haven't got the gnomes yet.
Oh, they'll be coming, I'm sure. Lots of Smurfs, I'm sure.
It's the protest camp, and we are fighting here to save our services, but we also feel here we're fighting for the NHS in the country. That's why all the groups have been invited from all over the country. We've had Save the Alex, who are nearby. They've been fighting with their hospital and they're here. We've had we've got Leeds coming today for the first time. They visited us.
We've had Oxford. Oxford came a couple of weeks ago, but they were coming today, but they couldn't make it.
And the 32 healthcare workers from Dewsbury, Doncaster. Then we had, we've got Dewsbury coming. That's why Dewsbury's on the brain, because they've got a campaign as well.
Save Lewisham.
Save Lewisham came quite soon, actually, and it was lovely to see familiar faces.
You were the first.
You were the first, and that's why your flag is proudly on our tent.
Yeah, no, we're very proud to have it here.
And we've also had a range of other supporters. Oxford, Banbury.
Yeah, they were fantastic.
They came here.
And basically, when the ladies from Oxford came, they actually, the decision to do this was made on the day they came because they said we need everybody, we all need to get together. So we were standing here and then we looked around at the field and thought this is a marvellous place to get all the groups from around the country together if we can.
Have you had much support from the local community?
Oh, where do we start there, Karen?
Oh, people have been so amazing. They've been coming on a daily basis throughout the day with food, with support, with water. We get ice blocks delivered because it was hot weather at one stage, and ice blocks delivered on a daily basis to keep everything cool today. In fact, we've had a donation today from the critical care unit of 100 sausages and 300 buns. I mean, it's been fantastic.
Well, actually, the buns have been donated through critical care from Warburton's. So, you know, it's just, it's crazy. But at the same time, it is truly wonderful, because what the government aren't realising is that Cameron did say he wanted the community, he wanted
to work together.
He wanted communities to work together. Well, with what they're doing, he's creating that. He's getting what he asked for, and communities are working together very well.
Different levels.
Yes. We all know, every single NHS worker in this country knows that any day our NHS could be gone, and so it's going to happen to all millions of people throughout the country. So that's why we have to unite and stand together.
One of the things we become so aware with this whole campaign, that you're working above board in one way, and we're just working genuinely as honest people wanting the NHS, but we're so aware that there's underhand tactics going on, policy manoeuvring all around us. So we have to try and keep 2 steps ahead, or guess at our best way what they're planning, what are they going to do next, how are they going to impact, and it's purely underhand. And this is not right to the people of this country.
We're all honest, but we're not dealing with honesty.
We're not.
And it's very difficult to fight people that don't tell the truth. So, and that is what we're dealing with. And it's appalling to say, but I'm afraid we have a government that aren't telling the truth.
And at the end of the day, what seems important to them is not people's health and well-being. It's actually where the next profit's going to come from. That is what we're dealing with.
We've realised we can't fight this. Small groups cannot fight this on their own.
No,
but we're hoping to find a way, if we all join together, how does one group which represents, say, most of the country fight the government? And that's what today's all about. How do we go about getting and fighting?
It's only together we can do this.
I don't know how else.
Sharing ideas, sharing various legal ideas as well on the way forward. It's by networking that way we are truly going to have some impact.